Good morning, my babies. Hi. I am Ratile Yalanda, your host, and welcome to the second episode of YTY. To those of you that are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel, and to those that have been subscribed, have been watching my content, welcome back, baby. Welcome back, welcome back, my love. Anyway, last week I dropped the first episode of Yolanda the Yappa, and I just want to say to everybody that has given it a listen, has commented, liked, shared, and subscribed, thank you so much. I truly appreciate your support. I love you to the moon and Beyonce. Keep the subscriptions coming, keep the likes, the comments, the shares coming, keep the support coming, because it makes me so happy when people support my crazy creative ideas. Anyway, but if you haven't listened to the first episode, I suggest you pause this one and go start there. Before you come and listen to this one, Pookie, go start with number one. Do things the right way, start things in the right order. Yeah. This episode will definitely be here when you come back. And today's episode is going to start off with a gentle gem, which is a young message that I feel my lovely, lovely besties need to hear on here. And today's gentle gem is: it is not your responsibility to live up to the visions of you that are in people's heads. I hope it is in alignment with today's episode. It is not your responsibility to become the version of you that lives in your mom's head, your dad's head, your best friend's head, your cousin's head, anybody's head except your own. Too many of the time we try to take on, you try to become this palatable human being. You want to become someone that is liked by everyone, that is accepted by everyone. You want to become politically correct for the masses. And I just want to say to you, my dear, rid yourself of that responsibility, because it is not yours to carry. It is not yours to carry out, my dear. When will you ever be anything if you are constantly trying to be the version of you that is in your mother's head, the version of you that is in your colleague's head, the version of you that is in anybody's head except your own? Honestly. So I hope Ngudile when I said it is not your responsibility, and don't ever let anybody tell you that it is your responsibility, because it is not. If you come home with a bag tattoo as big as your head, and the people around you know that version of you that doesn't like tattoos, or that version of you that didn't have a tattoo, let me say, and they start to say, "Oh my God, why did you do that? Why would you get something like that? It's so permanent." Because I wanted it, and I know that it's permanent. And if I do regret getting it, that's on me, because it was a decision that I made for me. You know what I'm saying? This is a new version of me. The version of me that is new has a tattoo, and you better get used to it, Pookie. Thank you. Let's move on to today's topic of conversation. So today's topic is inspired by a book I'm currently reading titled The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. It is a mental wellness book that I highly recommend we all read. Guys, how got the book a bestseller, which I think it probably is. Because wow, guys. OMG, babe. OMG, my girl. OMG, my boy. This book, it's so good. Please read it, guys. When you're finished with your next read, with your current read, please make this your next one. I feel like we could all benefit from reading this book. There are certain chapters that we all can relate to as human beings, and the book, guys. So I'm gonna give you an overview of the book. I am terrible at doing this shit, but I'm gonna try my best, just so that you can understand why today's topic is inspired by the book. So basically, the book is a mental wellness book. It teaches you about how to get to a better place mentally, how to work on yourself, and also how to navigate relationships with people as you work on yourself, right? And by that I mean, there are people who may have caused you trauma, and are still going to cause you trauma, or still going to contribute negatively to your life, even as you're trying to heal. Now you have to learn how to approach situations with them in such a way that you do not let what they say get to you. You do not carry the weight of their words with you anymore, right? So it teaches you to just let people be. Let people say what they want to say about you. Let people do what they want to do. Let people think what they want to think about you. their thoughts, their feelings, their opinions are exactly that. Their thoughts, their feelings, their opinions. You do not have to carry the weight of those things. They are not for you to carry. Symbol. So it basically just teaches you about that. And also talks about other things. And today we're going to be particularly speaking about part 3. The book is divided into parts, and so we're going to speak about part 3, which is titled Fearing Other People's Opinions. So a lot of our opinions, a lot of our fears are tied to other people's opinions. Simply put, re suffer from batho ba tla reng syndrome. Re le bantsi dear. You may not suffer from it now, but you may have suffered from it when you were a child, when you were a teen. So everyone has been victim of this. Everyone has been a victim of not doing things, not saying things, not putting on this outfit, not doing this hairstyle, not trying this makeup look because you're afraid of how your friends are going to think, what your friends are going to think about it. You're afraid of what your parents are going to think. You're afraid of what the public who doesn't even know you from a can of paint is going to think about it. We have all at some point in our lives dealt with this problem. And I'm here to tell you today and myself, this is definitely for me as well. And I'm definitely going to come back to this episode. I know I'm going to need it at some point. You need to free yourself from the opinions of other people. You need to let go of the batho ba tla reng syndrome, because ba tlo go bua, sure, but like and then you move on, and then we move the fuck on. Anyway, as we get into the chapter, we are then taken through the psychology of opinion fearing, right? And we're given a list of reasons as to why we are afraid of people's opinions. Reason number 1 is hardwired need for belonging. You're born into a family. You're born into a group that becomes your family. You go to school and you find a group of classmates. And that group of classmates, you make a group of friends. And the list goes on. Varsity, group of friends. Work, group of colleagues. Mithelo, group of Motshelo members. And so a lot of the decisions you make, because these people become your sounding boards, these people become the people you exchange thoughts, feelings, fears, and all of that with, right? A lot of the decisions you make tend to factor in how other people are going to feel about the decision you're going to make, which is fine to a certain degree. However, there's a point where we do too much. Because now you finally found a friendship group that you belong in, or certain things because you don't want to be excluded. You have this insane need, you have this intense need to belong to this group, and so you don't dress the way you want, you don't express, you're not vocal about certain beliefs that you have because you want to belong to this group, because you feel like I'm not going to belong to anything if I say my opinion, right? And you need to stop. You need to accept, you need to put aside the feeling of the intense need to belong, and you need to stop putting it in the forefront so much and put how you're going to feel at the end of everything in the forefront. That's all that should matter to you. The next reason why we fear opinions is fear of rejection. A lot of us are afraid of being rejected because we don't like sitting with the discomfort of being rejected. We don't like to sit with the fact that a person said no. We don't like to sit with the fact that a person said, I don't want to be friends with you anymore because of this. We don't want to sit with the opinion. We don't want to sit with the fact that this person reacted so like they had this big reaction. They had this big reaction of disapproval to what we did. We don't want to sit in that. And so that's why we fear making decisions, or we fear sharing our opinions, or we fear sharing our belief systems, whatever, right? The last reason on the list is social survival instinct. We fear other people's opinions because we have this instinctive need to belong. We were wired to believe that being accepted by a group means surviving, and rejection from that group, or being rejected by that group, means danger. It means death. It means you will not be able to survive alone, right? And so in today's time, we take social rejection as this big thing, you know. You don't want to have opposing beliefs. You don't want to truly live out your life. You don't want to be authentic because you don't want to live unapologetically and authentically because it's about social rejection. And social rejection is not life-threatening. As long as people don't hurt you, you'll be fine. If they just spew out a few words that aren't so nice, it's okay, babe. It's okay. You'll survive. I promise you. And if you are ostracized by these people, trust me, there's a community out there that supports your choice, that supports your opinions, that is willing to listen to you and understand where you're coming from. Is it going to hurt you to now have to live your life without these people without this group of people that was helping you to survive? Yes, it's going to hurt. It's going to take a while to get used to the fact that now you have to do life without them. But eventually, you move on. You find other people you can do life with. And honna marry. So you don't need anyone's approval to be safe, to be worthy, to be you. You cost yourself a lot when you let the opinions of other people, when you let the fear of other people's opinions have control over your life. You don't become anything in life. You don't reach the goals you want to reach at the time that you wanted to reach them in life because you're so fixated on, oh, ke tshaba go disappoint so and so. Hey, disappoint motho man, o tla move on. Hey ban. Disappoint motho yo, show me. And also learn to approach people's opinions with the mentality that people's opinions have nothing to do with you most of the time. It is a reflection of them and their insecurities or their projections or whatever, right? People's opinions a lot of the times has to do with them more than it does with you. Everyone criticizes themselves. Everybody, the same person who is criticizing your choices, Lena, why criticize? So why would you want to let someone who also has issues of doubting themselves come make you doubt yourself? No, my dear. No, my babe. I need you to stop today. I need you to live your life, and I need you to live it in spite of other people's opinions. Because you will be the happiest version of yourself once you start learning that people's opinions have nothing to do with you. People's opinions are merely just that, opinions. They're not laws you have to abide by. They're not threats. They're just words. Words you two can say. So live your life, guys. Live your life. Go and chase your dreams. Reach for the stars. Libala like everyone under the stars. Libala. Like, forget about all of that. Forget about that, right? Yes, people are entitled to their opinions. People will have opinions, whether we like it or not. But we cannot hold those opinions over our heads forever, all the time, right? Go dress how you want to dress. Change up your appearance if you want to. Am I going to probably have something to say about it? Sure. But should what I say about it matter? Not really. It shouldn't matter to the point where now you feel like I can't do this because Yolanda doesn't like the fact that I can't dress like a goth because Yolanda doesn't like it. Why do you care if Yolanda likes it or not? Why? You shouldn't. You really shouldn't. So stop fearing other people's opinions. Go for your dreams. Speak up about your beliefs. Be vocal about things, even if it ruffles feathers. It's fine. The feather had ruffle forever, show me. Please, at your earliest convenience. It's not going to happen. You're not going to stop fearing other people's opinions right after listening to this episode. It's going to take time. It's going to take practice. You're going to go through difficult conversations. You're going to ruffle feathers sometimes. You're going to go through a lot before you get to a point where you can make decisions and confidently make them, So yeah, man, I just really wanted that to be today's topic of conversation. And I hope that in listening to this, you're able to take something from it. I hope that you know that at the end of the day, the person who matters the most is you. The person whose opinion matters the most is yours. I hope that you learn to make yourself happy. I hope that you go out, you practice, you make it a point each day to practice putting you first, to putting your opinions first, to making you happy more than anything. You stop putting the need to belong, the need to be accepted, the need to have your decisions approved of in the forefront, and start putting the fact that you want to be happy and you like this and you want to do this because it makes you feel good in the forefront. I hope that you practice more of that and less of what I mentioned, right? Let's start doing things for us. Let's start healing from the batho ba tla reng syndrome. Cause batho ba tla bua but ke di bua hela my babe, ke di bua hela my love. Oh, but yeah, guys, that was show me. Woo, girl. Within what are thinking here today. Woo! Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about today's topic. If you have any additional commentary, please leave it in the comment section. Let's talk, doors. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want me to touch on a certain topic for the next episode, let me know in the comment section or DM me on Instagram. It is @ratileyolanda_. And follow me, by the way, while you're at it. And yo, guys, thank you so much for listening. Catch you on the next one. Mwah.